think that's going to wrap it up for us today. It's just shy of 11 o'clock now. Definitely not the morning I think we expected. Especially, I think, having action the other night in our first sit in the stand, and just with the weather and everything, we were real excited. But didn't turn out today. We didn't see anything, and just texted Paul that we're getting down. Sounded like he didn't see anything either. But we'll live to fight another day. Didn't spook anything, and yeah, enjoyed another morning in the woods. So getting towards that time of year where we'll probably start to hit it a little bit harder, regardless of wind and that kind of stuff. Next couple weeks we'll need to get a little bit more aggressive as we get closer to November, but it's really about all there is to say for today. So another good yet uneventful morning in the woods, and hopefully we'll be back after it again soon.
22nd, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, October 22nd, and we are headed in this morning. So we did not hunt, and we are not heading in to hunt right this second. Anyhow, we may hunt a little bit, but anyways, we are going up to do a little bit of stand work on one of the farms. One of the farms, once the corn gets up to a certain point, we can't get in there without trashing something. So we didn't get in before the corn got to that point this year. We got to make some moves. I think we talked about it in a video early in the season, and we didn't get that done. Surprise, surprise. So we're going up this morning to do it. We had actually taken the day off to hunt. Bo ended up with a medical appointment, and I got invited to come in and get things started this morning. Got a lot of stuff going on at the shop. So anyways, it's a little bit before 10 o'clock, and I am certain that this was a great morning to hunt. It is overcast. I mean, it just looks like November. Of course, it's almost here, but this looks like a November morning. Overcast skies, it's chilly, all of those things. So anyways, we're here heading up now to get some work done and don't need the heat on. But outside of that, we may hunt a little bit. If we do, it's kind of a midday thing. Obligations tonight. We'll certainly be back at it in the morning. But we're gonna take down an old stand that we hung a couple years ago and just never did anything with. We hunted it a little bit, not productive at all, not what we thought it would be. So we are going to retrieve that, the camera stand. We're going to take it across the road to a different part of the farm and try to set up on. This is that piece of woods that we have a horrible time getting in with wind, but as we do, we overthink things, and we think if we make this move, it will open up some different opportunities. But we'll see. Never know how that goes exactly till you get right there. We think it's north, south, east, west, all that. I'm thinking it might cut a little more than that where we're going, but we're going to make that move, so we'll take you along on that. If we do any hunting today, we'll certainly let you know that, but I'm going to pull some cards too. I brought stuff. We're going to pull all the cards, refresh the cameras. I think there's some good information that maybe we have gotten in the last week that would be of use moving forward in the season, maybe even move one over where we're headed. So anyways, pretty excited. It's just one of those days. Who knows what will happen? We may get up here and see deer moving and forget the stand move and jump in the stands. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyways, hopefully we can get something that's of interest to you or something that you can learn something from, so just stick with us.
Okay, so October 23rd, it's about an hour past sunrise, but we've seen one deer so far, but we've seen one slip through the woods. We're not sure where it went. We kind of thought it might be that buck going to work his scrape line. We haven't seen any evidence of that. We heard a little bit of commotion back in there after that, like maybe something breaking a tree back there or rubbing or something. Not for sure, you know, it sounds in the woods, right? But anyways, it started out about 45 degrees this morning. Day's only going to 52. We got a little bit of a northwest drift, and when we were up here, we moved this set yesterday, so this is our first time in it. Rained all night since then. Just really looking for things to pick up here in a little bit. I would assume they would. Rained pretty good most of the night. It doesn't have to stop a deer, but usually it'll bed them down some. Anyways, we're checking it out this morning, seeing what we can get into, and hopefully it starts to pick up a little bit here for us. They changed that focus.
I can't even believe. You see me?
It's all you, baby.
All right, so I don't even know what time is it now. It's 9:29. We just saw, so I looked up a few minutes ago, just straight out from me, and about 50 yards out, I saw just a tanker 10-point. And I was trying to get Dad's attention. Like I said, I was facing straight out, and at the time I saw him, the buck's looking or facing back at me. So I don't want to turn, move too much or anything. I slowly moved to get my bow, and I'm whispering to Dad, "There's a buck. I got a good buck. I got a good buck." I have no idea if he could even hear me, but this buck starts closing the distance. It was really cool, man. I could talk all about the stuff. He started pawing. It looked like he was looking at some branches and stuff. Couldn't tell for sure because he was behind a tree for a while. I'm waiting. I don't know if he's looking at me, so I just sat dead still. And eventually he worked his way up behind this tree that I got marked at 30 yards. When he did that, I went ahead and worked myself up, stood up, because at that point I was still sitting down. And, holy cow, I'm shaking, man. Oh my gosh. At that point I got up and was ready, hoping I'd get a shot. He was working this line, and I'm sorry, I'll talk a little louder because I'm terrible at that, but he's working this line. Oh my God. He's working this line that's behind trees. I can't really see him. But I'm like, man, if he just keeps closing the distance, I think we're gonna get a shot. If he keeps coming right at me though, I don't know when I'm gonna get a chance to draw. And eventually he was coming right at me, but he stepped behind this tree for a second. I went ahead and drew, kind of thinking he'd come out in this clearing, but he stopped and saw me right there. And I thought, man, I got a shot. So I just maneuvered my body a little bit. Whew. My God, I put that 20 pin right on his heart, and I think I slammed him. He was a tad quartering too, but he took off. The arrow was in him. It sounded like he stumbled out there. I didn't hear a crash for sure, so I'm not positive, but oh my God, that's the biggest deer I've ever seen from a tree stand. All right. So just got down out of the stand, took our time getting the camera and everything, and we really wanted to make sure that we had a good bead on where he was standing and where he took off. So we looked back, and we do have the shot on video. It's not real zoomed in, so it's not something on the little viewfinder that you can replay and really see the hit, but we got the shot. You can see the deer, all that kind of stuff, so I think it should make good video. But we're down. We took pictures with our phones of where he was standing from the stand, and Dad's got a couple from down here, so we've got a bead on where he was at when the shot hit. Well, we just backed out. We tracked for a little bit, maybe like 20 yards. We got a pretty good bead on the camera where the deer went, but no blood so far. But we talked about it's not a full pass through, and so the only hole he's got in him is up high, entered high on that shoulder. So still feel good about the shot, but no sign so far. But we decided we'll back out, and we went across the road and picked up Paul, who's running the camera, you just heard. So we'll have a full team effort on the search here. About to head back in and really try it for real. So we'll see what happens. Like we said, we got a good bead on where he took off. We can see him a good ways, probably 80 or 90 yards down the edge of the woods there. So we'll head back into the point of impact and just start, I don't know, taking it a little more detailed and slow there. And hopefully we find him shortly. We had a good bead on him from the camera. We really took our time and took pictures and stuff, but hadn't found any blood. But old Hawkeye CCO here proved himself and found
Yep.
Found us our first spot, like we said, about 60 yards onto the trail here, and now we're getting into some more where we've got some good bright red blood there. So we backed out. We got I don't know, probably 250, maybe 300 yards onto the blood trail, and it looks like good blood. We're all talking, I think we got a lung hit, and it's been pretty steady the whole time, but the deer's still up. I mean, we haven't seen him. Doesn't appear to have like bedded anywhere or anything like that. The issue that we're running into now is that we're getting towards the property line, so we're kind of in the back corner of this property, so there's 2 different landowners that he could have gone on to, one of which, you know, we've reached out to both of them at this point, and one of them has given us permission to go over there and track, so that's awesome. The other we're waiting to hear back from, so hopefully we hear back from him soon, and then I guess we can keep going. It's weird, we don't really know what to do, because you know, you don't want to bump a deer, but it seems like good blood, I guess. I mean, I don't know, it doesn't, so far it doesn't look like anything where I'd be like, oh, I need to back out, but I haven't found him in 200 yards or whatever. So yeah, we'll see. I really don't know what to think at this point. I'm just hoping we can keep tracking him. So we'll give it a little bit here either way. I don't know, we'll figure out something, but hopefully we hear back from the other landowner too, and hopefully it's good news, but we will see. So when that happens, I'm sure we'll let you know.
That was much better than my first attempt yesterday when it went over my boots.
It's right over there. Straight ahead.
Let's see what Lowe's charges. Oh wow. Okay, so in my head, I had kind of got turned there. In my head, he was going that way, but
nope,
I
over
knew
this
he was
way.
turning there.
Yeah.
No, remember that's what we said before we left yesterday, is it was good because he was going this way rather than because we didn't have permission to go.
Yeah, no, I just meant, I don't know why I was even still thinking when we were done that we were going through there first.
I get you, yeah.
So let's,
I'm looking to see if there's, I know it rained yesterday, but if we boil.
yeah, so where's our blood? Well,
It's up here.
Find it, so.
This looks a lot more, I know that we were through here a lot, but that looks a lot more matted down than.
Big turd right there.
Yeah.
Good expression.
That sucks. Raining bad.
Woo! All right, so we made the exit. We decided to pull the plug, but we will we'll get into all the speech about it some other day. I'm going to say the participant's not really willing to finish out the conversation today, but we will finish out the conversation. Maybe what we think, some of the stuff we've seen while we were trailing it. We did find a knock. No blood on it. It was still lit up. So kudos to Luminoc, but anyways,
Wrong company.
yeah, wrong company, but it's a lighted knock.
It's ubiquitous.
I don't know. There's a lot to say, but we'll say it later. We're soaking wet. We came out in the pouring rain, so anyways, it's a very unfortunate end, but I think maybe we got some answers that maybe this deer isn't hurt what we thought.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if it's lung. He traveled we got him at 500 and we'll just say 550 yards, where Paul found the knock, and because we had it at like 530, but then about 25 yards up the hill, Paul found the knock. So that's kind of where we're at. We'll interview Bo on another day when spirits are a little higher.